Hey guys, welcome to a new live stream. We're again 15 minutes early, and I don't know, let's just hang out until it's at least quarter past, and then we'll dive into our subject of today. Let me post a link that we're live somewhere. Let's see, how do we do this? Music is still way too loud. Like it. Where's the Discord? Here's the Discord. Everyone, we're live now. There we go. Start earlier the earlier, yeah, that's true. Eager to blow up stuff. Well, first we have to build stuff. But later, not right now, we'll talk about that in 15 minutes. How's everyone doing? Got any plans for the weekends? Okay, I'll lower the music, no worries. There we go. No. Yeah, I always have to adjust the music after I start. Oh, well, I'm keeping the music. I'm just lowering the volume a little bit. Hello, Aaron. Oh, and Christos is here, and Philip is here, one of my Discord admins. Jordan. Oh, Yako. Hey, Yako. Going for a walk of 20 kilometers in the pouring rain tomorrow. This sounds like the best plan. Why? Yeah, let's wait for people to arrive a little bit. It's a Belgian Nerdland walk. Okay, interesting. Hello everyone, what are you going to do tonight? Well, watch this live stream. And the subject will become more clear when it's officially started, and that's in about 12 minutes. Oh, I need to go get my drink. I didn't get a drink. Hold on. There we go. We've got Coke Zero Sugar again. No special flavors. I need to get some more special flavors. Hey Quindor, what about making an LED neon project? Curious to see how you'd build custom channels from silicone tube. I am not sure I am the most qualified person for that. There was a live stream where we tried to get some LED strip in some neon tubing. Maybe it wasn't my best. It was fun, but, you know. Then again, I think you can buy most of those pre-assembled nowadays, so that you get them in the neon tube immediately. But if anyone else has a drink, cheers. Yeah, I needed help. It was one of those projects I couldn't complete without my girlfriend. Okay, Charlie has a weird issue. You wanted to write rude things with neon, okay. Oh, Johnny's here. Hey, Johnny. Looking forward to watching as I paint Permatrack and design my next project. Hey, that's awesome. Toilet break already. No, this is the you know, sometimes you have the after show, you know, chat, and this is the pre-show chat. Oh, while it's still quiet here, can I ask a question? Is there a clear guide somewhere on wire gauge for 5 meter of 5 volt LED and about 3 meters from the power source? Yes, there is the power injection live stream, which will basically tell you everything you want to know, from how many amps it's going to probably use, how many injection points you need, how many amps those injection points are going to need or use, how to calculate wire sizes for that, and everything like that. So you can find that here. But watch that after this live stream, because, you know. What have I missed, says Maki. Nothing. This is the pre-show talk. So we just sit here and drink a drink. Oh, Grant Auto Essential says, and DHL just dropped my Dig-Quad. And Laura QuinLED ESP32. I didn't know I made that variant. Yes, that is a correct assumption, that coder. Oh yeah. Watch that, and otherwise you can always ask in the Discord server. But the first thing we mostly do is point people to that video, because if you even watch 30 to 45 minutes and check the little document that goes with it, it'll basically teach you how to calculate all your own setups. Sure. Adam Bryan says, just spent 3 days trying to get firmware onto an ESP32. Hate manually flipping pins in boot mode. What? You shouldn't need to if you have an ESP32 with an auto boot circuit. Like, you know, like my ESP32s have, but I think most dev boards nowadays. The external antenna board? What? Oh, the external antenna board. Yeah, that's not really LoRa. You know. Never heard of that beer. I like this beer. I don't like actual beer, so hey. It's lunchtime. I'm watching Quindor and eating a tuna poke bowl, says Richard Campbell. Nice. Oh, the M5 stamp does not have the auto bootloader circuit. The stamp is then a really small one, isn't it? Interesting. It's black beer eventually. Yeah. You're unsure if it's the real Richard Campbell. Well, the name doesn't say anything to me, so I don't know. Freaking tiny, yeah. I'm definitely an artificial Richard Campbell. Nice. Oh, Camille is here from Poland. Hey there. .NET rocks. Okay. Oh, Johnny's here for the Swedish Hot Rod Association. Oh, and Dustin Watts is here. Nice. Oh, you make the podcasts about software development. Cool. Speeding through the last 3 minutes so I can get back to live Quindor. There isn't too much going on yet. Hey there, Robert. Good evening. Goedenavond. Mark says, got 2 more V3 Dig Unos for under cabinet lighting in the kitchen. Excellent. Thank you very much. Yeah, we're currently trying to produce bigger batches to handle the end of the year rush that normally happens. It's a little bit of a tough time sourcing components and stuff like that. Even ESP32s directly from Espressif, they're hard to get. Their delivery times are easily like 10 or 12 weeks. And some other components just tripled in price, and it's tough manufacturing right now. But we're soldiering on. Hi from Azeros Islands, Portugal. Okay. Hey there, Rue Costa. Okay. Morten Mulder is here. Do you have any numbers on how many pre-assembled dig units have been sold in total? I don't share I do share real numbers, but I don't share exact numbers. But from the Dig Unos, it's easily into the thousands, and for the Dig Quads, it's not near that much. But it's a more expensive board and more specific, I guess, for certain situations. But those are also between 1,000 and 2,000, I think. So that's going really well. The WLED from video from Dr. Z's was painful to watch. He had sped up the video. I watched a little bit of it, and after like a minute or so, I didn't really mind anymore. So it was okay. But yeah. When might the Ethernet-Dig-Quad be available with Dr. Z's? We're currently working on producing more Ethernet boards, so I'm hoping within the next 2 weeks or so, let's say. Namaste from the USA, says Arun Ankam. Cool, but what that means, a lot of people using those units around the world. Yes, this has been a very successful project, both on the DIY side. I know there's thousands of boards being used because at PCBWay I can see a number of how many people ordered the PCBs basically, and those all order 5 or 10 boards. So assuming everyone builds at least 2, that's thousands of boards. And then pre-assembled has also been very successful. So yeah, I'm quite content. Morton says, I like attending your streams because you're the only person who can actually somewhat pronounce my username. Wow, okay, it's not that hard. Oh, 1 minute till actual live start. Well, we've already started. Oh, Richard says container pricing is through the roof. Shipping is going to be crazy expensive for months. Yes, we have also noticed this. Let's just say that some shipments from China to Dr. Z's have costed more than $1,000 just in shipping costs. That's not even import fees and other stuff. So it's nuts out there. But we try to make it work, and I really hate raising prices. So yeah, we're doing our best. We're making less profit, but it's not all about the profit. So. Okay. Tell that to the people saying Mulder, okay? Well, yeah, I guess. Tom Cassidy says, I tune in even a couple of minutes before it was supposed to start, and I'm 60 minutes late? What's going on? Yeah, if I'm ready, I'll just start 15 minutes earlier. Yeah, Richard, I know all too well about price changes currently going on. It's in buying components, getting PCBs made, not on a prototype scale, but on a bigger scale, and then having manufacturing arranged, and delivery times, and waiting times, and then shipping prices, and it's a mess out there. And it's only going to get worse the further we get to the end of the year, because everyone's going to be preparing for Christmas and sales like that. So, it's tough. Are you going to do more storage videos? The storage that you made last time, is that finished? Yes. There might be more storage videos in the future. The most recent one was, I think, a live stream where we built the Chia server. That's still been running. And further than that, I don't have any new storage needs right now. I did a disk swap on my other server, the big one I built the year before that. So it had 8x10 terabyte and 8x3 terabyte, and I replaced those 8x3 terabytes with 8x12 terabyte. And, that's going to last me a pretty long time. So, no, I don't envision any upcoming storage videos. Although, I do still want to do Project HAHA at some point, and that will have some storage stuff in there. So, yeah. How does your ESP32 fit in the QuinLED-Dig-Quad? Will the width fit the pins? Yes. There is actually an article about this, of course. If I get a question a few times, I'll write an article about it. So there is a... Oh, it's actually an Ethernet compatibility article. Sorry about that, but for people who are interested in that, that is this article. Other than that, if we're talking a wireless ESP32, there is the normal version, which has 4x9 pins, and then there is the legacy version, which has 2x8 pins. And you can get the legacy version to go with your V1 Dig-Quad or V2 Dig-Uno, and then that'll work fine. So that goes for Ethernet or no Ethernet, but yeah. If you get the normal version to run on one of the older revision boards, there might be some pin conflicts where it physically doesn't fit. You could always snip those off and make it fit, but you'd have to be willing to do that, and we don't mind preparing those for you. But other than that, there are no technical difficulties or differences really. It's really about the fitment, nothing else. Oh, DHL to Canada from AllNet was 5 days. Pretty good. Yeah, DHL, I hate the company because of their antics and their pricing sometimes, and they're just very rude. But I can't complain about their shipping times. Those are pretty good. Your Duiken says, as an LED newbie, is analog strip still a thing, or should I buy digital? Well, if you check QuinLED.info, you'll see a big section on analog LEDs and a big section on digital LEDs. So analog LEDs still certainly have their place because you can work with higher voltages, higher CRI for white lights or for primary lighting, and digital LEDs are more suited for extra or accent or effect and pattern lighting than analog LEDs. So yeah, we need Q and Dr. Z LED superheroes. Yeah, right. Yes, there's a wireless ESP32. Who would have thunk that? How do I connect the INMP441 I2S microphone to a new version of the QuinLED with Ethernet? Can't figure it out. Well, it should be just hooking up the 3 GPIO pins and then either 3.3 or 5 volt and ground. But I should make a video about that. Maybe we'll do a live stream, maybe it'll be a video, not sure yet. Or at least an article. I have to work on that. But it should be possible. You can check in the pinout guide which pins the Q pins on the board are connected to, and then configure those in software, and then it should basically just work. Oh, I've had good luck with FedEx. When will we see some high CRI addressable RGB CCT LEDs? That I'd also like to know. Because it's not there, it doesn't exist, and I don't know why, but they're not making it. And I don't know when they will. Maybe they think it would be a too niche of a product. I don't know. But I've talked to some people about it, but no. Any WLED superhero lineup requires an air cookie as well. That is certainly true. Yes, we're 6 minutes late already. So, and we can keep talking because for today, I used to use, let's get these, some 1 meter, oh no, all kinds of crap, 1 meter strands of SK6812 5-volt RGBW addressable LEDs as my loads when testing boards. Because these draw about 6 to 8 amps a piece, and so if I hook up 4 or 5 of those, that gives a pretty big load on whatever board I'm testing, basically. But I was doing that in a way that goes against everything I tell anyone to do, and that is having them bare on my desk. And well, as I've hinted to before, these little wires, they can get up to like 130 degrees because they're really thin. And then these connectors can get up to 110 degrees, and then they'll start releasing some smoke. And the LED strips themselves, they'd run at 80 to 90, sometimes even 100 degrees, which is way too hot to run LEDs. And thus, these are mostly burned out now. And I knew that was going to happen, and I did that anyway because, I needed stuff to test. And I've had them on my desk with a fan on them before and stuff like that to try and make them last longer. But, in the end, they died anyway. It was also a little bit of a test. Can you actually kill LED strip by running them bare? Yes, you can. Especially if you're going to run them at full white and giving them a lot of power, they just die. So, I bought in a recent Quinn box some new strings of SK6812 5-volt RGBW. I believe this is all warm white. And these come water cool. Yeah. Wait. Charlie L sends $5, but no message. Thank you very much. But these are 2 meters of SK6812 5-volt RGBW. SK6812, whatever. And we're going to cut those up today. We're going to attach different cables. And then we're going to make 6 bars, which will be my new load bars, I guess you could call them, with which I can then load boards. Or, I actually have an electronic load I can regulate, but I like testing my boards with actual LEDs because even though the load might go through the board, if the board would lock up or not send out the data signal correct anymore or do something else unexpected, I would see that with LED strips connected, but I wouldn't see that with an electronic load connected. Because there's more to it than just the load itself. And maybe we'll also try some of these and, push 20 amps through them or something like that and see what happens. And, let's see how much time it costs to build these actual bars. And then, let's have some fun. Let's see here. Charlie L says, welcome. Thank you. And then we're going to make them suffer. Well, this time we're going to do it better, because this time we are going to put them in some aluminium bars. And, well, you'll get smoke. At first, you'll at least get some soldering smoke. I don't know if we'll get other smoke. But let's do a little calculation first. Let's see here. Voltage drop calculator. And can I share my Chrome browser? There we go. So, because I want to attach about, well, let's say 50 centimeters of cable to each of these bars. And so let's say we have 18 gauge, which is indeed what I have. And then let's say it's 0.5 meters. We want to do DC, 5 volt, and I think it's about 6 amps. But let's say we would do 10 amps. That's way too much for a normal injection point. It basically won't take in that much without dropping voltage. Although these 144 LEDs per meter strips are 12 millimeter wide and have pretty thick copper. But, you know, even if we push 10 amps through half a meter of wire, that would still only give us a 0.2 volt voltage drop. So that's 4.8 volt. And so that's 4%. And so, okay. So half a meter of wire should be fine. Okay. So let's prepare that. And of course, I do not have anything here to measure with, which is kind of stupid. Let's go to this view. Right. So this is 18 gauge wire, which I use a lot. It's silicone wire because I like it. It's a bit more expensive, but I like working with it a lot more. Charlie L asks, do I combine the dual data wires on a long WS2815 run? You combine, basically, there's two ways you can do it. We used to run both data wires into the data output terminal, but later we've actually tested and running the backup data into ground and then the primary data into the data output terminal seems to be best. And then after the first LED, the double signal will be automatically generated. And I think from that point on forward, you should just connect them both. Yeah, I think actually I took out all the aluminium bars I have here, which includes some 50 centimeter pieces. Can I get that on screen? No. Okay, my screen isn't 50 centimeter wide. I think these are 50 centimeter, but I know... okay, I'm pretty sure these are. So, oh yeah, okay, these are the same. So these are some bars I purchased long ago. And we're not going to do power injection on them. So, because we don't need a perfect load or something like that. We just need it to use a lot. So I'm just going to measure the wire length. And then people are going to shout at me that I'm going to use scissors. But the blades on my cutter are actually too dull. So I need to fix that at some point. But these are nice long wires. And that'll give me some flexibility when hooking it up. And they're already much better than what is standard on an LED strip. And if you're ever wanting to solder wires to an LED strip, 18 gauge is still very or relatively easy to solder on there. If you go an even higher gauge, such as 16 gauge, there's basically too much copper there to comfortably be able to solder it onto the LED strip. So we need 6 of these, because I'm going to make 6 bars. And don't need to be the exact same length, and you need to be about the same length. Let's see, 2, 4, 5. We might actually have a video coming up about the ESP32 Touch Deck. I think early next week, because I try to do 2 videos or a video and a live stream every week now. And I re-edited the live stream about the ESP32 Touch Deck or Touchdown, because that was a very fun live stream and worked really well. Anyway, so now we have 6 wires. Okay, I'll just dump this here. So then we need data wires. And of course, most LED strip uses green for data, so we'll use green too. And this is, what kind of gauge is this? I don't remember. Triumph cable, silicone, 26 gauge. So that's relatively thin, but then again, it's only for the data signal. So as you could see in my house sign project, even running that for like, I don't know how many meters that was, 4 or 5 meters, that provided no issue at all. Okay, that is not working. No issue at all in the garage. So 50 centimeters should be fine. Cool also, yeah. Yeah, I've been I like to do that sometimes if it's a live stream that worked well and I can cut it up to make it kind of like a video would be too. I like doing that. And the ESP32 touchdown video was good. It was a good live stream. So I already cut it up and I'm thinking about releasing it early next week. And hey, you know, you deserve the promotion. It's a cool thing. I would use teeth. No, don't use your teeth. Get a wire stripper or something like that. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 6. Okay, now I need to remember to tie this off because I didn't once, and then it became a big mess. Because there's a lot of wire on here. Okay, don't need that. Perfect. Yeah, let's just prepare all the wires first. And that means we're going to do a lot of wire stripping with my Knipex. Oh, Johnny, go buy some pink cabling. Does this count? Wait. We'll do it. If 10 people say use pink, I will use this pink wire. 10 people in chat. Now, you have 2 minutes. Do we use pink wire or green wire? That's 1. That's 2. That's 3. That's 4. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, stop it, it's okay. We'll use the pink wire, Jesus. Oh my god. I pulled out the secret pink wire and Chet went nuts. Okay, let's figure out the length. I'll use the green wires in the future sometime, don't worry about that. I should have gone for pink immediately. Sorry, Johnny. I should have just thought of you and thought like, okay, it needs to be pink. How many colors do you got? I got a few colors more, but not in these quantities. I got pink and green in well, this spool. This is a lot of wire. But I don't have too many other colors in the same amounts. So this stream just got a whole lot better because now we have pink wires. We're putting pink wires on LED strip, making them 1000% better as stock alerter. That's a weird username, but okay. Yeah, Johnny wins, that's for sure. What's this, 5 or 6? I don't know. Okay, so 2, 4, 6. Okay. I'm putting the pink wire away. Of course, now Johnny knows I have pink wire, so I don't think I'm gonna escape the pink brigade in the future anymore. Are pink wires better for magic smoke? I don't know. We'll find out. Okay, let me make sure I can use these later. Okay, those go into the wire drawer. Right, so now we're going to prepare these cables. On one side, we want a pretty long wire, because that's where the ferrule is going to go. And that's what we're going to screw into the board. Yes, you did, Johnny. Ah, okay. Okay, yeah, I actually have a 3090 and I'm pretty happy with that, but yeah, I can imagine. It's really hard to get a hold of one. I got lucky. So then on the other side, we're just going to do a little dot that we strip off, because that is the side we're going to solder. And we don't want that to be too big, because then it could hit other stuff. Okay, well, I'll clean that up later. Okay, so that's those wires done. Now let's do these. And I'm not going to put ferrules on them yet. We'll put ferrules on there after I'm done soldering, because if I screw up the wire somehow, or I don't know what. Okay, so this is the long side again. It's about 1 centimeter, I think. Yeah, 10 to 11 millimeters that I strip off. Pink smoke? Pink smoke? I hope not. That doesn't sound very healthy. Aw, Philip can only do euros. That's okay. Did you miss any fire? No, we did switch out the green wires for, well, Johnny basically paid me to use pink wires. So now we're going to have pink wires on LED strip. So on this side again, we're only going to strip off a little bit, because that is the side we're actually going to solder to the LED strip. No, I believe he needs to do girlfriend stuff in a little bit. But hey, that's important too. I mean, between spending time with me or your girlfriend, I'd spend time with your girlfriend too. No. That's a bad joke. Anyway. Only orange would top that. Orange data wire, but I got paid for pink, so pink it is. Oh man, it was a bad joke. Sorry. Orange is a Dutch color. That's true. That is true. I often forget that. In my mind, orange is the WLED color. Okay, let's get rid of these little things. The bidding war, no, Johnny just outright won. There was only one bid, and that was it. Okay. I'm not sure about that, Philip. I know, Andy, I know, it's okay. Right, so now we've prepared these wires. As I said, I'm going to put ferrules on them later, because if we mess something up during soldering or something like that, well, then we can still correct it and or use a different wire or something like that. We don't waste a ferrule. I like to twist my wires, so since we're doing everything in steps today, I will just do that now for all the wires. This is actually going to be kind of a boring stream where I'm just building some LED bars, but, you know, it's fun to hang out. I thought about doing this, you know, on my own, and I was like, let's hang out with my buddies on the internet while I build these things. And who knows, maybe some people like to, you know, think it's interesting. Okay. Bonnie? No, Johnny. Who's Bonnie? Oh, yes. Although, I don't know if it can be fixed. Who knows? Please post the link to the pink wire. I'd have to look that up. I've had this for a while now, so... I was just irritated by... I didn't have wire at some point, so I just ordered like 200 meters of it, I think. It's like, I'll need data wires at some point. And as I showed with the house sign, you can easily use it for LED data wire for longer distances too, so yeah. Yeah, that's right, Philip. Yeah, I hope there's people watching who's like, I've never seen how they actually do it. So, well, this is it. Okay, so we twisted those. And I think the next step will be to pre-tin them. And I think we're just going to do everything as bulk production. So let me get a burnt IKEA pad. Let me zoom in a little bit. Nope. There we go. Okay. Soldering iron. Let's put it on the side. Okay, this might create a little bit of noise. Onderzetter! Yes. Officially not sponsored by IKEA. Too bad. Okay, let me turn the iron on. And are we going to try and mess with lead-free solder or not? I'm leaning towards not, because no, I'm not gonna use lead-free. It's a hassle. I don't need to. I am going to put on my glasses. You never know. Oh, I was also wearing headphones. Right. Okay. So we're going to pre-tin the wires, and basically that just means rubbing some tin onto the wire. It'll soak it up a little bit, and then later we'll also pre-tin the LED strip, and then it makes for a very easy bond, basically. Right, so let's see if this is working. Oh yeah, there's the smoke. Okay, everyone smoke? Did you see it? Good. Now I'm turning on my fume extractor. Or not. Why not? Oh, because I didn't turn it on. There we go. Okay, so now it's just a matter of pushing the iron against it, having some solder on there, and it should flow pretty easily onto, or not. I haven't used this tip before. Okay, that's a bit much. Okay, it's not lying flat, so that's harder to work with. There we go. So you just want it to be glowing with a little bit of solder, and then it's fine. There we go. I've never decided if it's easier to do this in air or while it's clamped down somehow, or stuck down with a little bit of tape, or I'm mostly just, you know, go at it. Maybe I should have stuck it down. But we've already done 2 wires, so. And that's another one. So just to be clear, we only do this on the side we're going to solder. The other side we're going to use wire ferrules, and then you don't need to do this. Or actually, you shouldn't do this. Okay, another one done. There just needs to be a little bit on there, because it's just so that the 2 halves, so the wire and the LED strip, want to join together. You can always add more later. Okay. Oh, this wire is stubborn. Okay. Good enough. Good enough. Ever used a tin bath with it? It takes time to heat up, and once it's done, so yeah. Yeah, no, I don't do real production at home. Otherwise, that might actually be a good idea. Please help me choose Coke or Radler. I like Coke, but you should drink what you like. Okay, let's do these little pink wires. And I think these I'm just going to try and stick down. Yeah, whatever. As I said, it only needs a little bit. And the advantage is I'm using silicone wire, so even if I have my iron at it or close to it, it won't really melt that easily, so makes it easier. Okay, let's see what everyone's saying. A bit loony, yeah. Okay, so that has pre-tinned all the wires on the side we're going to solder to the LED strip. Okay. So, then, let's move this out of the way. Let's see here. What are we going to do next? Let's prepare the LED strip. Now, we could do the smart thing, and the smart thing would be to test the LED strip before we start soldering it apart. Yeah, that would be smart. Yes. Indeed. You should do that. Third hand needed. Nah. So I'm just gonna eyeball it because this is 2 meters and I want 2 pieces of 1 meter, but there should be a joint right here in the middle because these are generally made of 50 centimeter pieces anyway. So we're just gonna desolder those, and we'll have to do that 3 times to get 6 pieces of 1 meter, right? So let's see how we're going to do that, because I can likely melt it. Yes, I can. But then there's of course 3 pads, so I'm not sure how I'm going to do this. Let's see if I can do this quick enough. Okay, I need to turn on my exhaust extractor because I can smell the fumes. Are these actually longer pieces? I can't believe that. No, they're not. Okay, so I can split them like this by angling them up. And now they are separate. Okay. And now it's just the... oh, no, it reunited again. There we go. Okay. And now it's just a glue strip holding on. We do want to keep that, so I'm just going to go beneath it with my scissors and cut it. And there we go. Now we have 2 1 meter pieces exactly. So then each piece should be 144 LEDs. Right, so now we have 2 pieces of 1 meter. Excellent. And we do that a few more times. We're now sending messages from the ESP32 touch deck. That's cool. Mine is around here, but I haven't used it as much as I should have. But you know how things go. Is the I've asked this before, but the sucking isn't too irritating, right? The air unit can still hear me. Alright. Okay. Okay, it's okay. Nice. Well, this will be the same deal. I'm just going to heat up the pad. And then try and twist it away. This is not working as well as I hoped. Okay, that's one. That's 2. And that's 3. It wasn't as clean as the first one, but I'll take it. Now you guys have to remind me when I solder the wires to these that I solder them on the correct side so that the arrow is pointing away from the data wires, because, well, I think we've all done that before. Oh, Andy, this is worth more than 50 sec, so next time, orange wires, please. I will have to buy orange wires first. Okay. But I guess I should buy orange wire and it'll be in a Quin box first. Let's see, I'm gonna do this. Don't want to bend the LED strip too much. Or burn it. Okay, let's see if we can get this one fairly easily separated. It's not bad. Almost. There we go. Okay. And there we go. 6 pieces of what should be exactly 1 meter. What? What's going on? Oh, Andy, say hi to the girlfriend. And have fun. Let's dump this over here for now. Okay. Right, so the next part, now that we have the LED strips, will be, well, preparing the LED strips more, but I'll show you something else. And that is the aluminium bars we're going to use. I bought these many, many years ago for I was in the hardware shop and I saw these aluminium bars for $3 or €3 actually. And let me show you on the big camera. They're exactly, I believe they're 1. I actually didn't measure them. Are these 1 meter? I hope so. Oh no, they're not. Okay, let's check. I might actually have to cut some LEDs off. Okay, let me show you in the top down. Because, well, this kind of sticks out. See that? There's 1 LED sticking out. So I might actually solder the wires 2 LEDs in so that I know everything goes into the bar. Because on this side, it's pretty much, yeah, okay, I can go like that. But then over here, it's still overlapping slightly. So I should at least go 1 LED in and then it should fit perfectly. That's fine, that's fine. So I'm not sure if the bar is shorter than 1 meter or this strip is now actually longer than 1 meter. But I guess we're going to find out. I do have to wipe these off with a little rag because they've been sitting in my garage for years and years. So we have 6 of these, I believe. And these are pretty chunky aluminium. So they're actually a bit thicker than you'd normally use as an aluminium profile. I thought about using some normal aluminium profiles, which I also have sitting here. So like, okay, maybe not this one. So I also have these variants, you know, the normal with the end caps. I'm sorry, with the end caps on there, and then a nice diffuser, and then the aluminium bar itself. But I'd rather use those for actual projects, and in this case I don't really need a diffuser or an end cap or anything like that. I just need it to soak up a lot of heat, and these being a bit thicker and heavier, that's actually a good thing. Oh, Brian Ayler says next project we need to use multicolor wire such as pink with orange stripe or some other combinations. Hold on. Well, we'd have to find that type of wire first. But if somebody, spam it in the Discord server, in the Quinbox channel or something like that, if you think, hey, this is something Quindor should get and take a look at. Or maybe wire with unicorn stamped on it. This is getting more expensive with the minute. A wire has a singular purpose, right? To be a wire. So I'm not sure these added features are going to add much to its purpose. But, you know. Okay, whatever. Just wiping down these bars so I know the glue and stuff will stick later on. Taking it out of a patch cable. Yeah, patch cable has lots of different little cables in there. But then they're really thin, so... okay, last one. Each design of the wire reduces the ohms of the wire by a factor of 2%. Okay, I'm not sure about that. So, well, you can't see it because I did zoom out. Zoom in, zoom out, zoom in. Now we have pushed the wrong button. Okay, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 5, 6 bars, right? So, and these have a flat side and an angled side, and the idea is to glue it on the flat side, but I have to check if the flat side is wide enough. I think so, but let's check it. Yes, oh, easily, okay. Yeah, so the wire easily fits on the flat side. I think that's good. Because, again, we're not doing this for light output. If you do it for light output, you'd probably put it to the back like that, so it has a bigger window to shine out of. This is just for load testing, and the heat will transfer pretty easily. Oh. So I'm just going to take the easy way and glue it to this flat surface here. Right? That should be fine. And again, no diffusers or anything like that. Okay, so these bars are now okay. So let me get them off my desk. And I'll put them here. Again, if you're doing this for lighting, you probably make some different choices, as in use the profiles that are meant for it, because those also have the right openings and stuff like that. Okay, now next step is to remove any pre-existing wires and then add our own. Okay, arrows are pointing away, but I still want to remove the wire here. So we're just going to snip this off. Ow. Without actually damaging it. Trying not to damage it. Okay. Let me zoom that in a little bit more for you. There. Okay, well, that should be pretty easy. Let me get something heavy to hold it down. And then we just heat the wires, or heat this pad, and move the wires away. In theory. There we go. Wires removed. And since this is the wrong side, we're not going to solder here anyway, but we're just going to leave it for now. What? Sign me up for the lavender unicorn wire? What? What wire is this? What is the purpose of a lavender unicorn wire? Does it have a singular purpose, or is it like a magic all-purpose type of deal? Can carry up to 500 amps. Come on, move it away. What? Oh. There we go. Which degrees do you set your soldering station? Currently, because I just want to desolder stuff quickly, it's set to 410-ish degrees. I actually have a new soldering iron I bought, partly because of you guys' comments, because mine is shit. And in part, that is true. I'll be using it for a long while. So that will be in a Quinbox soon. And then I might do a review about it, might not sure about that. But come on, heat shrink. Let's go. Ah, this heat shrink doesn't want to go. There we go. Yeah, this is all momentary heat, so temperature is not that important. You should try and not touch the LED package, but yeah, 400C, that is true. At some point, if you're going to use too many different colors of wires, people will not be able to make heads or tails about it anymore, so I'm not sure that's a great plan, but oh, okay. Melting the plastic also isn't a great plan. There we go. Let's get that plastic off the tip. These are really thin wires compared to what we're going to use, but it's good. I take the RGBW especially because then I can run 4 channels, which will use the most power of any LED strip out there, basically. So normally you don't really need those beefy wires anyway, but yeah. Now show us how to solder a 4 gauge to the strip. No. Because you shouldn't solder 4 gauge to the strip. I do have an upcoming video planned about wires and gauges and maybe some tests of that. Okay, last one, and then we'll start adding wires to it. Oh no! Don't connect the strip. Yeah, this is great English, Andries. Yeah, you should try not to make too tight bends in the strip, because then the internal traces might get affected. How do you solder 4 gauge to anything? Blowtorch. Yeah. Man. Okay. All right. Okay. And done. Well, then we can just turn this one around, because we need to have the arrows pointing away. And I'm going to try the heat shrink we got during one of the latest Quinn boxes. Oh, my voice is giving out. Sorry about that. I muted the wrong thing. Or unmuted the wrong thing. Sorry. Oh no. We're back. We're back. Anyway, we're going to be using the clear heat shrink tubing we got during one of the last Quinn boxes. And this is 9.5 millimeters. And I thought that would be perfect for 12 millimeter wide LED strip. Lip reading. Yes. No, I'm not muted anymore, but chat's behind. Okay. So it's always best to put it on there before, but if you forget, generally you can move the wires over it. That's fine. Hey, Phil is here. We're doing fine. So I'm going to put this way around. And I'm actually going to get a little bit of tape, if I can find it. Yes. Because desoldering wires without tape is fine, but soldering wires, it's just a little bit harder. So I'm just gonna try and stick that down, I don't know, so that it doesn't move too much. And then we're going to pre-tin the pads. There is already a bit of tin on there, but it's okay. We're just going to add a little bit of tin because that also adds a little bit of flux. So we're just going to heat the pad, add a bit of tin, that's it. There we go. Yeah, and we're probably mixing leaded and unleaded and stuff like that, but it's okay. So luckily there is here that this side is plus and this side is minus, and the middle is always data. Let me verify that on the other side, but I think so. Yes, 5 volt data minus. Yes. Okay. What I like to do is I like to solder the data wire first. So now that should just be a case of basically tipping it on there, melting it together, and once you think it's in the right position, you leave it there and that's it. It'll mess with your mileage. How would that mess anything up? I've done that before. I haven't seen anything bad happen. So now we just did the data wire so far. And then we're just going to take one of the LED power wires and we're going to do exactly the same thing. So we're just going to put them on top of each other. You melt the tin that is on the wire, and then that basically merges with the tin that is on the strip. Oh no! Did you see what I did? I burnt the LED package. Damn it. Okay. Well, let's hope it's still okay. Otherwise, this strip is going to have one LED less. Oh, we were going to do one LED less anyway. Ah, but I guess we can snip it off at the end. That's fine. Okay, that should be well together. You can always do a little bit of a tug test, but should be fine. Don't tug it too hard because they are only pads on a strip. No, this is 0.75 square, so AWG 18. I saw that on Twitter, Johnny. Damn it. Okay, so now we can slide the heat shrink over and we can easily safeguard this connection a little bit, but we'll shrink that together later. Of course, we again should officially test before we do that. I cannot vouch for sure that we're going to do that. Okay, next one. And the arrows need to be pointing away, like this. We get a bit of heat shrink. Okay, plus is on the same side as last time. You hate the white line? What do you mean? Oh, some glue on there. Okay. Yeah, this is also 0.75, so 18 gauge, because that still solders on pretty easily, and there isn't much use using a higher gauge because the strip won't, the copper in the strip won't be able to carry much more anyway. So generally I advise 18 gauge. Okay, let's solder this together. There we go. That should be good. And then let's add some power wires. There's not enough tin on here. That's why I'm having a hard time melting it together. There we go. I want to slightly move it if I can. There. Yes, that's better. Okay. Perfect. Why not turning Onderzetter 180? What? Why? Yeah, it's either not enough flux or not enough tin, but in the end it works. It's okay. Okay, and let's slide this over here, and then let's do the next one. My desk is such a giant mess, but I'm glad you can't see from that side of the camera. Oh wait, we need some heat shrink. I think I figured out the right size by now, so that's the nice thing. That's all what I hope. With this clear heat shrink, you don't really need to use the perfect size, because it's likely going to be fine, because the LEDs can just shine through it. Okay, so I got some sizes here. Okay. Oh wait, I still need to add some tin. There we go. Perfect. Okay. Oh, this one has a little bit of a stray wire. Ah, easy. Oh, come on. There we go. That should be fine. In the beginning, it always seems hard to solder an LED strip, but once you've done it a few times, it's generally pretty easy. Or it's not that much of a challenge anymore. Sticking it down. Oh wait, need to pre-tin it. So we have a nice tin pad to connect to. Oh, this pad is partly gone. I think it will still work fine. But you see this bare copper here? That's not the color of that pad. So this pad might be slightly gone. We'll try and connect there, otherwise we'll move one pad inward, but I think it's going to be fine. I've been burning this LED. Damn it. Okay, that should be fine. Okay, let's see if we can make this work. Yeah, that looks pretty good. I think that'll be fine. If you don't burn an LED or two, you're not doing it right. Yeah, I guess so, I guess so. I guess this isn't really a very eventful live stream, is it? Not yet. How long have you been going? 1.5 hours? Oh no. Oh no, this is going to be so long. This is some tin I actually got locally because it's a giant spool. But I'm currently at 400. Oh, didn't cool off yet. So this is yeah, let me refocus on that. Hold on. Nope. I'm really zoomed in a lot. So this is Alpha Telecore 823. It definitely has lead in it, but it's really easy to work with, and it's 0.75 millimeters. That's a good size to generally work with. Philip says, "Blow stuff up already. The suspense is killing us." You have to wait. We're not done yet. We're not done yet. I think we're over halfway, but you know. Oh, sorry about the focus. Hold on just a second.
They talk about another kind of work.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Yeah, if you still have some good solar, it's harder to get it now. I should be okay for a little while. Okay. And then there was only one left. Okay. Should you keep it in the fridge? Well, it depends. Some might need to, but I don't keep my solar in the fridge. I don't even keep my solar paste in the fridge, but then it says that it doesn't need it, so... Okay. Let's add the wire. Oh, damn it. There we go. Now you see why I only made these very short little dots of copper exposed and not a long pad. You only need a very small little bit to join it together. No sense in having a lot of exposed wire there. Come on, let's make it pretty. Ow. At some point it does start to hurt. Okay, ow. I didn't pre-tin this one very well. There we go. The tool can take more heat than I can. Hey, Maiko's here. Nice. Let's see. Oh. Okay, so, well, that is all the wires completed. Or it should be. So I think we're going to do the smart thing. And let's put the soldering iron away. For now. Put this away. No more noise. Much better. Good. Okay, let's zoom this out. I don't think we need this right now. Because we are going to test each of them. And we might have to redo some of it, but... Oh right, we still need to do the ferrules on the other side. Damn! Well, we didn't really mess up any wires. I think we can just do it. So I just used these little kits, like I have linked on the equipment page, and I know these are well suited for the 18 gauge, because I use that wire a lot. From the Action, no, I got them from Aliexpress, and then these will be fine for the 26 gauge. It's not really the right size, but it'll work. So I take off the little extra piece. I do twist them, and there's always a discussion about if you should twist them or not. And then I push them in all the way. Let's do the other ones. I like twisting them, and I haven't had cables come loose yet, but you know. Three large ones for €1 for kits like this? That's pretty good. That's like cheaper than AliExpress. Okay, and when I push it into the tool, I always insert it, clamp it down a little bit so that it grips basically. Then I push in the wire real good, and then I crimp it. And you want to have... Sorry. Nope. Nope, still nope. There we go. If the wire is slightly peeking out at the top, that is basically a perfect crimp. So this one's pretty good. Yeah, I mean, I can still see the wire, so that's good. And this one is also good. You basically, yeah, that's a perfect length for a crimp, basically. Cool. And that is 11 to 12 millimeters for these. I know that because I use them a lot. Okay, and then we still need to crimp this one. Twist using small bit of insulation before you remove the extra insulation. What? Oh, while keeping it on there? Okay, we can try that. Okay, so this one is ready to be tested. And then after testing, we'll do the heat shrink. Oh, shrink wire. Yeah, okay, shrink wire is cheap. So you mean do it like this? Oh, that's actually a good tip. Interesting. See, even I am not too old to learn. I don't find myself very old particularly, but you know. Yeah, that works great. Nice. It's not as tight a twist as I make myself, but it's fine. I always twist on the ferrule too, so in the same direction. Value add! My day is complete. Thanks. Yep, all good. How was your weekend? Well, I watched Quinder prepare some wires. That was exciting. You sometimes add heat shrink over the ferrules as well. Problem is that it adds extra thickness, which is often too much for WAGO. Yeah, the 18 gauge still goes into the WAGO, so the yellow one, but the higher sizes than that, they have a hard time fitting in the WAGO. But yeah. Yeah, that actually works really well. I didn't know that. Damn! I advise everyone to use ferrules and then I don't know this trick. Are there ferrules that have thinner ferrule metal thickness so fit in the connector better? Or no, they're generally the same. About the connectors, we are still looking to improve that on the dig boards. But yeah. Yeah, in the WAGOs, it's the plastic cap that doesn't fit. That's right. And actually, that's only there for extra nicety. You can actually get ferrules without those also. But I like them, so. What, flatten? Oh, I didn't do it. Flatten the yeah, I flattened the ferrules after it to fit better into the screw terminals, but then even still, we are on the lookout for better screw terminals, or rather that take wires a bit easier than the current ones. But can't share too much about that yet. Okay. Disco Ace says hi. Hello. Teasers are for the end of the show. Yeah, normally, but I'm not sure. I say this every time. But actually, I'm really not sure if I have anything this week. Let me think. I actually don't think I have. Oh no! Secretly, that's why everyone comes to the live stream. Your OCD needs reds and blacks? Well, we have reds and blacks. Oh, red and black ferrules. Yeah, I'm not too bothered by that myself. I mean, these wires are pretty clearly colored, so. Got a 2-pack of 100 ferrules from Ali this week. Think this will last me a lifetime. Yeah, I bought some of those too because I use the yellow ones a lot, so I've already refilled those. And I go through them pretty quickly. The live stream will not go on for a few days. No. Certainly not. I am not loony. Big surprise. It's good we're not all the same. It will get very boring quickly. Okay, I think that was the last crimp. Watch the live stream. If it isn't 16 hours, I really have respect for the guy. 16 hours of live stream, it's more of an energy drain than you can imagine. Trust me on this. And I like live streaming, don't get me wrong. I mean, I don't sit here a lot of Fridays because I have to, but just because I like to. But it is an energy drain. Yeah. If you've done this before, I think you'll know. So, not sure if I'm going to do a 16-hour live stream at some point. Okay, let's remove some crap here, because I don't need that right now. No. Right, this can go here. This can go here. This can go, I don't know where. Okay. This is a Dig-Quad prototype. With a QuinLED data booster attached to it, but that's all for testing. Why am I still wearing this? Much better. Okay, let's get an ESP and let's put some WLED on there, because I don't think it's on there right now. And I'm actually not going to show you guys because we've done that a zillion times before. So I just go to https://install.wled.me, clean install, COM3, and go. And it's flashing. That was easy. Data booster. No, data booster is not a secret. There's actually already articles on my website about it. About what it does or what it's going to do. It's currently in production. And it's going to have a few functions, one of which is that you can change the output resistance of the data signal to better match the type of cable you're using. But there's going to be videos about that in the future. And it can also be used for power injection and stuff like that. So, let me get this back. No, it's not here. So it can be used like this by having two M3 bolts through it, or nuts and screws, and then you can add power injection to it without needing to screw or needing to solder. So you can just crimp it on instead of soldering it on. But yeah, more about that in the future. Okay. Oh, 96%. Noise. Okay, let me join it to my Wi-Fi. There it is, WLED AP. Sign in. Join the most powerful Wi-Fi in the world. Well, no, it's not really. It's pretty good Wi-Fi. I like it. Save and connect. Okay. Then I can check the IP it got. 115. Okay. Let's then. We're going to do a lot of adding and removing, I guess. Because once I put it on there, I can't screw in a strip anymore. We're just going to jam a data connection here, and then we're probably going to run into an issue, or not, with the terminals. But this is a prototype board, and these green terminals are actually part of the new terminals I'm testing. So in this one, I can actually pretty easily get it in, but on the other ones, I can't. So we're working towards getting better ones. So I'm just going to flatten the wires a little bit, and then they go in very easily. Where is my automatic screwdriver? Huh? Should be here. Where'd it go? Oh, here it is. Don't need to screw it down tightly, just need it to be down, basically. Okay. Put ESP on board. And this board still has some issues where some fitment issues occurred, but that will be fixed in a future revision. This is a 200 watt, so that's a 40 amp 5 volt power supply. And let's plug that in. Ground plus. Oh, there is a single fuse here. Let me get a 5 amp fuse just for testing. Oh, you're still waiting on PostNL? What's going on there? We talked about this, right? So, let's talk about that on the Discord. It's too hard to address right now. Okay, so positive, negative, data, fuse. Should be it. Okay. Oh, there's no power LED on this board because it's a testing board. PostNL. Yeah, I'm very Brabant. That is true. Okay, let me open up that WLED instance because I need to configure the channel. Right. So we have WLED. Okay. Let's just set it to 144 LEDs. Let's give it, I don't know, 3500 milliamps. SK6812, and then set it to channel 16. Nothing happens. Why not? What did I do? Oh wait, am I in? Oh wait, did I test resistors with this board? Maybe. Let's reboot it just to make sure. Or did I solder something wrong? Oh, it looks okay. This is with one of the burnt LEDs. So, okay, first one, not working. Interesting. Okay, it could be the board actually. I thought this one was working fine. But let's put this LED strip to the side and test the next one. Magic smoke time, or just not working time. So this one doesn't work. Okay, let's just get another one. Yeah, those will go in, but oh, okay. Well, if I can squeeze them in, I'll do it. Okay, this should just work. Ah, there we go. Okay, this one works. See? Okay, so the configuration on the board is fine. The board is fine. The fuse is fine. The other LED strip just isn't fine. Okay. Well, that's why we test. So this one works. Just in time for the magic smoke. Well, we had non-functioning non-smoke, but, you know. Okay. Yep, that's in there. Let's see. Yeah, okay, we have another winner. Good. Next one. WLED orange, yes. I'll show you this. Yep, that's in there. And we have another winner. So far, the track record's pretty good. One down. 3 or 4 okay, I guess. Yeah, well, this is the last one, so it has to be 4 okay. So this is the 5th one, that's hopefully okay. Okay, and let's turn it on. Yes! And more orange! Okay, well, let's fix the one that isn't working. Let's try it again. Did I do the arrows wrong? Tell me I didn't do the arrows wrong. No, okay, I did the arrows correctly. Okay, let's try it one more time, and then we're just going to cut off an LED and resolder it. Okay, that should be good. Nope. Done. No, where the key, no, where the key. Maybe if I wiggle the cables. Nope. 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 Okay. So, most likely, I killed the first LED while soldering it. So, we get the pad back out. We didn't do the heat shrink yet, so that's good. Let's get this stuck down. And I'll zoom in because you can see I did really damage that LED. You see that? This side, the soldering iron definitely went in there. So that's likely it. No, I don't need to beep it. I know these connections are fine. I mean, you can see the soldering iron having gone in there. See that? Yeah. That likely was too much for it. What you gonna do? So, we're just gonna detach the wires, snip off one LED, and then solder it to the next one. And this one then won't be 144 LEDs, but 143 LEDs. Will I be able to live with myself? Think so. Think I'll manage. Yeah, I might still have to cut off an LED from the other ones anyway, that's true. So then it might not even make a difference. Okay. Okay. And I'm going to use my scissors because that is the sharpest tool I have. Because we want to keep as much pad available as we can. So we're going to snip it off basically almost through the LED. There we go. It's not very even. I don't care about that. So this way we have the most pad still available as possible. Or raw, somewhat. We don't care about this one. There we go. Okay. First we tin it. And I put on my glasses. Why are the LEDs numbered? I don't know. I guess they're numbered up till 72. Oh yeah, but there's 2 strips of 72, making 144. I don't know, that's just on their silk screen. Doesn't really have a purpose. You can cut it anywhere, so... Oh, okay. Thanks, tape. Stay down. There's a little bit of a protective layer here, it seems. Generally, you just need to burn through that by adding tin. There we go. Okay. That's fine. So I'm trying to do this so you guys can see it, but let me do it so that it goes right. Good enough, I think. Okay, this plus wire needs to be better. There we go. You're hearing some good trance. Did you go to trance energy back in the 2000s in Utrecht? No, I did not. But yeah, I like the music on the stream. It's been the same for a while now, but I like it. It's all from Approaching Nirvana. Okay, let's turn this off. Put this away. Let's get the board out again. Okay, you can't see that. Hey. Okay. And let's turn it on. Hey, great success. So I probably just killed that first LED when I touched it with the soldering iron. That is okay. That is okay. These things happen. Can't win them all. Okay, let's see here. Right. So now that we've tested them all, let's do the heat shrink, and then the last thing left is gluing them into the bars, and then let's do a full load test on this prototype board here and see what happens. Great success! Yes. Okay, now you'll learn why there's black spots on here. No. Okay, hot air station. And let's turn it down a little bit to 200 degrees. 200 degrees. Oh, can't get the wires out. No. 200 degrees should be fine for that. And, well, it's just, you know, heat shrinking. Now this is new heat shrink for me, so I don't know how small it'll go. But it's looking pretty okay.
Very much alike.
I believe this also has glue in it. Maybe not. I'm not seeing it. Okay, well that's pretty neat. And that certainly will connect or protect the connections there, so that's fine. Next one. How low will it go? I don't know. But around 200 generally is a good temperature to shrink this heat shrink. In Celsius, just to be clear. So this is 9.5 millimeter heat shrink, clear, and it shrinks very well around this 12 millimeter strip, but I think if you look at the cable part, it would also do just fine for a 10 millimeter strip. Nice. And again, this is silicone wire, so I'm not too worried about burning it as you would be with plastic wire. It's a bit too wide. Oh, no, okay, wait, let me keep zooming. Nope. Let me show you a little bit better. So it's 9.5 millimeters diameter, but if you squish it, then it goes over the 12.5 pretty well. And I think it's 3:1 or 4:1. So that makes for a very nice tight seal, as you can see here. As you can see on the wires, it's certainly tight enough. Yeah, look at those wires. That's nice. Cool. Ooh, I have to watch out what I'm doing here. Okay. That's fine. Yeah, I like this clear stuff. Don't have to pay so much attention to not block the first LED. Could maybe influence the color a little bit, but it should be fine. Yep. Generally, I try to still pull out the sticky part, but once this heat shrink is on there, it doesn't really matter. I guess I could have pulled the paper out. That's true. That's true. But, meh. I think it will be fine. Maybe it's better to pull the paper off, maybe not. I don't know, actually. Don't think it makes too big of a difference. It's not going to stick to the aluminium bar at that part anyway. So we might need to use some hot glue. But, yeah. Okay, so now that's nicely heat shrunk. I mean, that's pretty good. So 9.5 millimeters. That forms a perfect bond around this 12 millimeter, and I think it'll also do fine with 10 millimeter strip. But I think I have it linked in the description. So, and I like the clear. Clear is nice. There's no glue in there, but that's okay. Right. Then I think the next thing to do is mess with my camera again. Is take a bar and we were going to glue it on this bottom flat side over here. So let's take one. And generally I can still get the paper out of there. If not, that's okay too. As I said, we're going to need to use some hot glue anyway. Make sure the sticky stays on the strip. And I just generally rip the paper. And then let's see if we can still get that out. Oh, okay, we can still get it out. And the glue is still in there, so that's fine. So now the paper is gone. So we stick it down. And I want the heat shrink to be in there slightly. We'll just snip off some of the excess LEDs on the end. Okay, let's get it in there in the position I want it. So right against the back wall. Okay, so now it's tightly against the back wall. And then we just remove some tape. Glue it down. Oh, this strip is a bit bent out of shape. Seems I did get it twisted slightly. Anyway, we push it back to the wall and then we glue it down. And that should hold pretty nicely. Because we did clean the bar before that, so that maybe some fingerprint grease and stuff like that was gone. So it should give a good adhesion. I guess for Johnny, they should start producing pink addressable LEDs. Just one color. So instead of warm white, he just wants pink. Pink addressable LEDs. I think that would be a very expensive custom order. Yeah, these are test bars. Just one a strip per bar. And I want only one strip per bar because I know these are going to give off plenty of heat. So I want to stick them down in a single bar so they can soak up the heat during 10 or 20 minute test runs basically. Okay, we're at the end. I can't show you yet, but I will in a minute. Okay, so that's neatly stuck down. But there's, well, basically two LEDs sticking out. And there's also another issue. At the end part where we disjoint or removed some cabling or other part of LED strip, maybe some of the adhesive might be missing. And then that could lead to a short because the adhesive is also an insulator. So what we're going to do is I'm going to lift this up slightly. And then I'm just going to cut the last two off. Oh, it's sticking down pretty good. There we go. And that should now be fine. And, well, that fits nicely in the bar. And who knows what we'll do with these, I don't know. Okay, so now we have a bar of LED strips. And we're not going to do that in this video, but in the end, I will probably add some hot glue here to make sure this, well, because this is basically a strain relief for the LED strip now, so that's good. But I'll probably add some hot glue or at least some Captain tape over here to make sure this stress point, well, can handle a little bit more than just the glue, because over time it would probably start coming loose. So let's test it to make sure it still works. Okay, positive, negative, data, power. Yes, we have orange. Good. All of them light up. Next. Well, rinse and repeat. Yeah, that was the question. It would not make more sense heat-wise to put them in the middle so the heat fans out the side. No, maybe it would do a little bit, but not enough that I would care actually for that. The heat will spread in the aluminium with pretty low resistance. So I don't think that would make a big difference. Okay, let's see if I can pull this one out. I can. So we're still not, we don't have paper beneath the heat shrink. Now I don't want to manhandle this LED strip too much. Okay, I have to cut off the last two LEDs again. Okay, let's hook it up, see if it still works. Yeah, so these are purely being used to load test LED boards, basically. So I have 6 of them. Okay, let me see if that works. Yep. Oh, wait, why are we on this screen? Sorry about that. I think the LED board might have pushed the button. But we have orange! Nice. Good. Next. And oh no! Okay, this one will keep the paper beneath it. What are you going to do? Yeah, this didn't go right. That did not go on straight. Yes, that is better. Huh. This one's giving me more trouble. Oh yeah, the glue is pretty good, but you can get it off. Yeah, I mean, if these bars would be for show instead of just load testing, I wouldn't glue them on this side because then they'd have a very shallow opening. Maybe it could be cool for some effect or if a diffuser on there, but otherwise there's better bars for that basically. But this bar has a lot of mass, so that's good for sinking away the heat. Okay, cut off the last two. Could have been neater, but I think it'll work. Okay. Power. Data. Yes. Success! Nice. Three down. 3 to go. Ah, yes. Remove the paper again. No, the old ones failed because of excessive heat, which I caused. Because I used them for 10-20 minute load tests, and well, they would get up to 80 to 100 degrees. And the wires would get over 100 degrees. And, well, I knew that would kill them eventually. They lasted longer than I expected. And then I thought, okay, let's build it more proper this time. Yeah, they don't die instantly, but generally heat is the number one source that will either lower an LED's lifespan or outright kill it. Did we make 6? I'm confused. I think I moved something in the wrong pile. Never mind. Okay. And 2 cut off. That's good. Now I think I moved one of the LED strips I did into a wrong pile, the one with the broken ones. So I think we did do 6, but we'll check in a minute. Okay, let's see if this one works. Yes! There we go. Perfect. Let me check here. Yes. See, this one was in the wrong pile. Because it's also doesn't have the heat shrink shrunk yet. So let's do that real quick. It's like, what? How do I only have 5? Oh, you can't see, huh?
Same people, same places, same parties, and I'm just a ghost at night. Too many street lights in this city, I'm missing our ocean side. I've been running, but I can't escape the feeling that I've been away for far too long.
Okay. Philip wants to become a Quindor clone. I don't know, man. You should be your own thing. But assimilating knowledge is not a bad thing. Doesn't mean you become the same thing. Just means you become your thing with the same knowledge. That's fine. No, no, no. Okay. Make sure not to pull off the glue layer. And there we go.
New people, new places, we're the same. A moment frozen in time. Wish I could relive the day I met you and fall in love a second time. I could run, but I know I can't escape the feeling if I'm far away from you for too long.
It's hard to do this on camera, sorry.
'Cause there's something about our love that brings me peace of mind.
Join Windows Dust Chat. Oh my god! Oh my god!
There's something
Okay, that's another bar done. Snip off 2 LEDs. Actually snip off 1 LED on this one. Because even with 1 LED off, that's fine. Not sure. Oh, this might be the one where we already snipped off an LED. Maybe. Okay. No, stay in there. Okay. Bubba. Yes! It is orange. Last one. And then, as the finale, we're going to hook them all up at the same time. And then we're going to play around. Maybe the other colors don't work. Well, actually, the orange is already 2 colors. But maybe. It could be. I mean, we didn't test RGB, so maybe a B is broken somewhere. That's actually very possible. Or a white LED, or, you know. The LED strip does not want to stay in place. Come on. Come on. Come on, boy. Yeah, we'll do that in a minute. Don't worry. Then we'll have them all on the desk and all doing the same thing, so. Oh, I stuck it wrong. Okay. Yes. Come on. This 144 LED per meter strip is really a lot stiffer than 60 LEDs per meter and stuff like that. So that should mean there's more copper in there, actually. Which is good. But yeah, it makes it a little bit hard to handle sometimes. Oh, man. It's always the last one that then suddenly gives you trouble. Okay. And there we go. Final test. Final test. Oh no. What's going on? Did I break it? No. Come on. What do you mean? No. Why is this one not working? Did I really break it? How? When? Are the connections bad? Eh, they're okay-ish. Nope. Nope. One's hot? No. I think I actually broke it. I think the fuse is still okay. Let me check if the fuse is still okay. Just to be sure. Yep, 5 volt. So fuse is fine. Is it the clock mode? Had to ask. No. I don't know. What happened? Maybe I wrecked it while gluing it in? It's also not shorting because then the fuse would have likely popped. Did I do the power wires in the wrong way? I can't imagine. No, they're the same way as the others. Yeah, unless somehow the first LED broke. Now I'm sad. Yeah, but if it really would short, the fuse would likely pop. And it's not drawing a lot. Well, it's drawing... Yeah, no, it's drawing idle power from the power supply, not that much more. This is more exciting for us. Well, there's not much to do other than just snip off a few LEDs and redo it. Somehow I must have wrecked something. Let me try a little trick. No, I need a DuPont wire. Let me get a wire. Give me this wire. Oh, come on. Wrestling with a wire here. There we go. Let's turn it off. Ask Dr. Z. Yes, I'll call him. Hey, Z. Got this weird problem with a Dig-Quad prototype. Can you tell me what's going on? Well, he'd actually probably try to help, but... okay, so now we have a stabbable data wire. Let me put this on this side. And I'm going to try and stab... Okay, let me screw the rest down too. Right. Now let's see if we can make something light up by stabbing some data pads. And strangely enough, we can't. That I do not understand. Okay. It is indeed time for the multimeter. Yeah, I can try another strip. That's a good idea. But let me... Oh my god. My multimeter wires are in my headphone wires. Okay. Let me continuity stuff a little bit. Or beeping mode. Okay. Oh, what is this coded? Why isn't this beeping? That's new. Somehow this is not beeping. Okay. But the plus rail is beeping. And there is resistance between plus and data. And there is... Oh, okay. So, plus and minus are almost connected. Interesting. Data and... Okay, data and minus are good. Data and plus is good. The bar doesn't respond to anything. Let me check with another bar. So, how much connected are plus and minus? Oh, wait. So, plus and minus are... Okay. And then on the broken one... Yeah, my multimeter isn't sure what's going on, but it feels like there's somewhat of a short. And on a working one... There is certainly not. So, yeah, it looks like coated metal. But then how are we getting a short? So on this one, plus and plus. That's fine. There's a little bit of resistance, but that's normal. And then plus and minus. And data, fine. Plus and plus. Okay. Plus and minus. I'm not sure what that means, but that's not good. Okay. 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 You said test if another one still works. I think that'll be fine, but we can test it just to be sure. And then we'll start ripping up parts of it. Get a second multimeter. You want a second opinion? Give me my wire. Okay. So this is a known good. It might be the last one I cut off. We can check that. Okay, so this is a known good bar. Yes, still good. Okay. Well, that's exactly what we just did. Okay, I can check with the multimeter at the end. That is fine. Let's see if I can get it on screen somewhat. Right. Yeah, okay. I have to do this. Sorry. No. So at the end, it isn't really shorted. So it's more shorted at the beginning. Yeah, well, but if I remove it, I basically wreck it. So let's see if we can figure this out first. Oh, I might know why it was beeping before. Ah, okay, that's fine. No worries. I might know why it was beeping before. Because it was still plugged in. And there is a fairly low impedance diode bridge there on my controllers. Yes, okay. So it's beeping now because it's connected in my controller. If I disconnect it, it's fine. Okay? And the 0.6 ohm we saw before, or we're seeing 0.6 something to 0.7, right? If we take another bar and we do the same thing. Oh wait. Yeah, we see about the same thing. A little bit less even. But at least there's resistance there. Kind of the same as on the other bar. Let me get the cable out. Yeah, that's fine. That's about the same. And I mean, if I can't measure continuity on the bar, and I'm really stabbing it, it would be very hard to short on the bar too. So this is plus and data, 0.75, plus and data, 0.75, so that's the same. Minus and data, that's almost 1. Minus and data, that is also almost 1. Okay, so there's no obvious short. No, I'm on beeper mode. But once it finds a somewhat connection, it shows the resistance. Test continuity on the wires, okay? So this is the working strip. Working strip has 0.395 on the wires. And this one has 0.63. Yeah, I'm thinking the IC in the first LED died. For some reason. Maybe it got too hot during the heat shrink. We can test voltage at the end of the strip. Okay, turn it on. Yeah, I would have expected the data injection to work. Let's see, somewhere near the end, we're seeing 5 volts. So there's no short, because otherwise we wouldn't be seeing 5 volts at the end. Right? Okay. So there is no short to the bar, because the bar doesn't conduct for some reason. That's fine. But we've absolutely... there is no short. So the first LED broke. Oh man. The data wire. What about the data wire? Right, the power wires are fine. Can I test the data wire? Well, let me try and shimmy this out a little bit. This feels very bad. Getting this glue up. I don't like it. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I guess it could be a bad. Well, we tested it, but I mean, I guess it could go bad. Let me cut the heat shrink off. It's pretty tough heat shrink here. Heat shrink removal time. Yeah. Yeah, I think maybe it just got too hot. Okay. Now I can cut the rest off. This is some tough heat shrink here. Damn. Come on. Okay. Okay, heat shrink is off. Now we can continuity test the data wire. But I think that'll be fine. So let's do this. And then, yeah, data wire is no issue whatsoever. Yeah, and there's no connection to the other, to the pad behind it, because that is already rebroadcasted by the first LED. This is supposed to be done on a ladder when it's 5 degrees outside, hanging your Christmas lights. Yes. No. I'm gonna get another drink. You guys decide. My next step would be cut off the first one, redo the wires, retest it, reheat shrink it, and then glue it back in the bar. What do you guys think? I'm gonna get a drink real quick. Okay, let's see. Cut up the middle? No, why would I cut up the middle? Yeah, I tested them all before heat shrinking. So it's likely the heat shrinking that killed it. I don't see anything wrong with the LED. But yeah. Let's test it while it's out of the bar now. Who knows? Who knows? Nope. No joy. No, for testing it doesn't really matter because I just set every bar to 144 LEDs or every output and then whatever. Yeah, I just tried it. It's not doing it. I am going to cut the first LED. Cut trace. No, that's going to be too difficult. So I'm going to try and cut this at an angle. There we go. Oh. Some of the coating came off. But now I should have some decent pads to solder onto. Okay, back to soldering. Now let's do one try to fix this. And if that doesn't work, we're going to move on to the testing phase. Ugh. Okay, let's get my fume extractor. Let's turn this on. Let's get this thing. Test the single LED. Yeah, but I kind of cut through it. So, I don't think that's going to work anymore. No, I kind of cut half through the LED. Well, I guess I can try while we wait for the soldering iron. Okay. I'll listen. I am stubborn, but I'll listen. Okay. Nothing! Why did you cut through it? Because I wanted to have the biggest pads on the other side. Right. Okay. Ow, 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 ow. Hot things sticking to your fingers, not a great Friday evening. Okay. Well, I can just glue it down by itself. Right. Pads tinned. If it smells like chicken, you are holding it wrong. Yes, this is very true. Okay, let's go for data wire. Okay. Does anyone know plus and minus? It's not actually on there, but I would imagine it being the same as on the other strips, but it should be over here. Yeah, no, plus and minus is as we thought it was. Okay, let's fix this bodge here. Okay. Right. That is fine. Plus is the one with the plus symbol. Ah, is that what's going on? Oh. Okay. Let's immediately test it. There we go. And power. Yes! Okay. We somehow killed the first LED. Not sure why or what happened. I think it might have been the heat shrink. What? That's a bit heavy, Johnny. Oh, we didn't put the heat shrink on there. Well, that's fine. Yeah, 3-hour live stream again. Yeah. Oh, well, we actually already reached 3 hours. Damn. Well, let's see. Let's put some heat shrink on there again. And then test it again. Okay, hot air. Yeah, 400 might be a bit much, but it's not hitting an LED, it's just hitting some pads. Don't use conductive heat shrink. Yeah, that's a good tip. Okay, that should be enough. Test first and then glue back. Of course, the LED will be hot now, but let's just do it. Let's just do it. Bam. Okay, still working. Now, let's glue this back as best as it will go. Okay, let's move this out of the way. Okay, let's see. Yes, still works. Cool. Use new glue? Nah, it'll be okay. And as I said, once this is done and all working, I'll probably dab some hot glue here anyway to alleviate some stress from this joint, and then it'll be fine. Right, so the last thing I kind of still wanted to do in this stream, so we're just going to do that, is hook them all up and fry a board. No, I don't think we'll actually fry a board. But this is a prototype Dig-Quad, as you can see from the big terminals and stuff like that. And it's only a 1OZ version. So it's not built to handle a lot. We're not going to use a 5-amp fuse. Oh, well, we can test a 5-amp fuse because that's funny. I think we can actually blow the 5-amp fuse just using a single bar. So for that, I am going to screw down the positive and negative because, well, good contact does allow for more current. Okay. Oh, good night, MSX droid. Right, so I'll leave it like this. Let's turn it on. Okay, still success. And currently, we're just going to use the meter in my socket, so that's on the AC side. So this is drawing 10 watts. And at full power, it's drawing 14.56 watts. And then red is 12 watts. Blue is 12 watts, so that's a little bit above 2 amps. And then green. But then if we, okay, let's go back to 30%. If we then do white. So this is 30% white, and that's already drawing 13.8 watts from the socket. If we go 50%, that's about 20 watts, so that's already 4 amps, and we only have a 5 amp fuse. So let's hit maximum power. Oh, wait. Those measurements I just told you were useless. Because the brightness limiter was on. Okay, 30% about 12 watts, 50% 21. So that's already 4 amps. Oh, the dedicated LED is already on. They're all on by default in WLED. So let's do 100%. So we're currently drawing 38 watts from the socket. So that's 1 bar is almost drawing 8 watts, or 8 amps. Now, of course, the power supply is slightly inefficient, so it's more like 6 to 7 amps. But I can already feel the LEDs getting warm. And I don't think this will last too long, and then the fuse will pop. Let's give it a minute. Wait, I think... Let me raise the white channel, see what happens. No, the white channel's already on. Let's see what the white channel is set to. Yeah, so currently auto-calculate white channel from RGB is set to dual. So that should light up all the LEDs. Yeah, these are RGBW. Yeah. I was expecting the fuse to pop, but it seems it's slightly too little power. Okay, they're almost too hot to touch now. Well, yeah, but these are my fuses, and those are good. I've tested those. True. Ow! Okay, yeah, the first one certainly is hot. Let me, while this is running, get the multimeter and see what voltage we have at the end. It's interesting to know. Oh, that's not too bad, actually. So even with this running full tilt, we have about 4.3 volts left at the end of the 144 or 142 LED strip. That's pretty good. No, I mean, oh yeah, yeah. It's hard. Oh no, it's not hard to show you. Where is, okay. Let's get a tool. No, this is a strip from Ali. Exactly, fleur time. I have to try and make that visible on camera. Let's see here. Yeah, it's hard to make visible for you guys. But the strip, the LEDs themselves are currently 51 degrees, which is okay for an LED. That's doable. Without the heat strip, or without this heatsink, they would easily be 80, 90 degrees. And because the bar itself is already 40 to 42 degrees. So the whole bar is now 40 to 42 degrees. Let's see, the controller, probably the fuse that's hottest. I know you guys can't see too much, but yeah, see the fuse over there? That fuse is currently 80 degrees. So that is running probably towards breaking at some point, but it's not just enough to blow it instantly, basically. The first LED, let me try and show you. That would be the hottest. 63. But of course that one is inside of the heat shrink. So the first one outside of the heat shrink is 62. Yeah. You need a heatsink for the heatsink. Yeah. So this is 43. Let's see on the bottom side where it's glued down, because that was a question before. Okay, so the bottom side where it's actually glued to the bar is 45, 45 and a half, something like that. 46. But then the rest of the bar is also 45 and something. So it really doesn't matter too much where you glue it down, as long as there's mass, the heat will spread. Yeah, but I can still touch these LEDs. And, I mean, before... sure, they're hot, but before there was smoke. I mean... Okay, well, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. So now, I don't know, let's hook up... it's hard to look in those. Let's hook up a lot of them. Let's see. Take this off. No, this is actually okay. The bar gets warm, but it's not too hot yet. Oh, okay. Well, we can do a little test with the fuse. Because the first two terminals are hooked up... Oh, I didn't squish these yet. Okay. The first two terminals are hooked up to the same fuse, right? So let's screw that in. Okay, so now we have two strips hooked up to this one fuse. Okay, power it on. Of course, the second one is on a second data channel, so that's not immediately going to do anything. And let's see here. Add pin 3. This is also 144. This should now be 288. Save. Yes, so now we have two bars active, okay? Running through this one fuse. Yes, it's the 3 LEDs I cut off. That's it. Okay, let's go full power yellow. It's 25 watts, so that should be fine. This should be fine. It's red and blue and green. Fine. Okay, let's put it to 30%. I'll set it to white. That's already 25 watts. 50%. 35 watts. 100%. And fuse pop. You know, that was expected. So we were just on the edge and adding a little bit more pushed it over the edge. Which, you know, that's good. That's fine. That's how a fuse is supposed to work. So let me move that to a second terminal so that it has its own fuse. No, the fuse doesn't smoke. Okay. But now we're going to add bars. Add bars. Show fuse. There's not too much to see, really. Hold on. Because these are... yeah, if you look in the bottom, you can see it's cracked. Or if you look into the light, you can see it's cracked. Oh, it's definitely cracked. Yeah. But it's not very spectacular. Yeah, okay. I need to squish some ferrules. No, I don't have caps or anything else for these because these are just aluminium bars from the hardware store because they only need to do one thing, and that is sink away the heat. Data wire. I have a FLIR 1 from a few years back, but I actually recently looked at buying a new one together with Philip, actually. And it turns out that the one I have from a few years back is exactly the same hardware as the Pro model they sell right now for $500. So I was thinking of getting a new one, and then it turns out the new one won't do anything my current one doesn't do either, even in resolution or anything like that. So it's a FLIR 1 Generation 2, I think. Oh, wait. Your guys aren't paying attention here. This is a black wire. This is a red wire. So we're just gonna wire these all up. And you must be thinking, but wait a minute. You've made too many bars and you don't have that many channels. That is true. I made 6 bars. But a Dig-Quad actually has more than 4 channels. Too small to... oh, sorry about that. So a Dig-Quad actually has more channels than you might think the name implies. Oh, wait. Squishy.
Walking towards the coastline, looking like it's time to pack it up.
Oh no. And the 5th channel is actually the Q1R terminal.
Looking like it's time to pack it up.
Because that has a full level shifting setup on it, just like the other 4 channels. Since the version 2 Dig-Quads. Yes. Yeah. Right, fuses. Need fuses.
Looking like it's time to pack.
Uh-oh. Anyway. These will do. So these are the auto reset fuses I bought a while back. And truth be told, I don't think I'd recommend them because they're very hard to blow for the amount of power they're officially rated for. So they do pop in the end. But yeah. Okay, 5 fuses, 5 bars. 1 bar was already, what was it, 38 watts? Let's see. Power. Wait, there's no ESP on there. That's not gonna work. Yep. Yes, car fuses. Okay, now we need to configure some channels. So let's do this. LEDs and then add. This is 1. And this is 4. And then this is, I don't know, I need to look too. Pinout guide. Q1R is 15. And then a little trick, I add another channel, and then it says start at 720 LEDs, so now I know I have 720 LEDs in total. Save. Haha! Success! We now have 5 lit up aluminium bars, and we can do a little pattern, BPM. Wow, that's pretty cool actually. To show up on camera, I probably have to lower it. Color twinkles. Oh, that's pretty cool. Wait, let me do something real quick. There we go. Cool. Pacifica. That's pretty good. So yeah, that's what I said. This setup isn't really useful for actually showing the LEDs. This is just for testing the LEDs. Nice. Anyway, let's go to solid. Let's turn on my light again. And we'll do this view. Okay. So, if we go to red, and then we do full power red, that is now 43 watts from the socket. You inject 5 volt every 2 meters. Wow. Now the white channel is enabled. It does that automatically. Well, the colors here are fine, I guess. So, red with 5 bars is 43 watts. Blue is 43 watts. And this is also 43 watts. So that's already 8 amps. Then if we do this purple, that is 2 LEDs. So now we're at 76 watts. So that is, oh god, math. It's too late to do math. 15 amps. Okay, we have a 40 amp power supply, so that shouldn't be the limiting factor. For these bars, yeah, these bars are just random hardware store stuff. Anyway, this is some pink for Johnny. I guess you can't see it. Hold on. Here. Johnny, some pink. Anyway, let's set it to low value. Okay, let's go for it. So this is white. And it's very low. It's like 10%. That's 25 watt. Let's go to 50%. Oh man. Okay, that's 85 watts. That is 146 watts. Okay, we're now at full power. And that is drawing 177 watts from the socket. So, if we assume no conversion loss, 177 divided by 5, that is 35 amps. But it's probably closer to like 32, 31, 32 because of conversion loss in the power supply. I was thinking of maybe hooking up those that meanwhile power supply I have. Oh, white channel still is at the 0. Yeah, but it doesn't do anything. I can add this, but it's still 176 watts. It's set to dual mode. So if you see here, LED preferences, the white channel mode is dual. I can set it to brighter, I guess. 177 watts. Nope. Nope. Yeah, this is for sure using the other LEDs. 177 watts. These are SK6812 144 LEDs per meter RGBW. Okay. Don't know what to tell you. Config. So then what do you want me to set it to? Legacy? Let's try Legacy. Okay. Yeah, okay. If I look at the LEDs, I'm not sure I can show you. Okay. So if you look at the LED here, and I'll lower the brightness. Okay, let me go back to the original mode. So sending it back to dual mode. So we have red. I can't lower the brightness enough. Okay, red, green, blue, white. And I can't show you on camera. Wait, maybe I can show you on camera. Okay, there we go. Okay, I can show you on camera. It's definitely using the dedicated LED. Okay, satisfied? It's too much power! Anyway, let me... Oh. Something popped. Interesting. Oh, one of the fuses popped. If you look very closely, you see that one of those ledges is now popped up. Cool. Okay. Oh, another one popped. It's probably because they're so close together, and when I initially tested them, they were further apart. So when they're this close together, the heat probably builds up, and that's why they pop. You heard it? Did you hear it? So, in theory, if I... Oh! It's another one! It's no magic smoke, but there's popping fuses. Is that okay? So in theory, if I press it... No, it doesn't like to be pressed again. Okay, maybe it's broken. Maybe it's not. Well now! Oh, wait. This one's not happy. What's going on here? Oh, it popped. Let me check with the FLIR. Come on. You can do it. Okay. Oh, there's a little spot here that's 103 degrees. But yeah, and there's a spot here that's 102 degrees. Well, that's the bar that's still on. Okay. Well, this is a 1 OZ board, not a 2 OZ board. So that is partially to be expected. Those fuses are hot. Ow. Yeah. Okay, they're hot. Let's pull. Oh! And the last fuse, it's gone. Okay. Maybe I should just use normal fuses. I guess it works. I mean, we are drawing more than 5 amps per fuse. Oh, no, yeah, the mat's pretty good. It can handle that. But these, let's have these cool off a little bit. Ow. Ow. Ow! That one was really hot. Hold on. But hey, I mean, the board doesn't have fuses for nothing. There are reasons it has fuses. Okay, let's use cheap Chinesium 10 amp fuses. I turned it off, so. Yeah, cooling fan for the fuses. Yes. Next time I'll put a cooling fan header on there for fuses. Yeah, it's a FLIR, FLIR 1. Yeah. FLIR. But if you're on the Discord, hooray for popping fuses. It's no magic smoke, but it's close enough, right, Philip? Thanks for the donation, man. That's appreciated. Okay. Yes, all of them are back. And this is why your LED controller should have fuses. That if something goes wrong, the fuse pops and nothing burns down. But I think I've made my point. Let's just go full back, immediate to white. Yep, 179 watts. Yeah, the one I have is equivalent to the FLIR 1 Pro. Yeah, so we're running easily 30 watts through this board. And, I mean, it's getting warm. The board is now 55 degrees. But again, this is a 1 OZ board. The analog board, it's a little less needed, but I've always advised to use external fuses. And the new analog board I am working on, that is this one. That one does have fuses, as you can see. So that is coming, but for those I recommend external fuses. Oh, the wires to my power supply are also 50 degrees. Oops. Yeah, this wire is 60 degrees. And this is 2 sets of 15 gauge. So, but we're going to do tests with that in a different live stream soon. When will it be released? This is, well, this is a Dig-Quad. The modifications are very small because I'm just testing with different terminals and stuff like that. But a Dig-Quad is fully available. So with these fuses and everything. Yeah, I'm measuring around 60, 62 degrees here. That's okay. Quindor, I wonder after a stream, don't you speak English to your family? No. It depends who I'm talking to, but generally I speak Dutch. But, yeah. Yeah, so the hottest point on the board right now is... I know you guys can't see. 60 degrees, something like that. So that, even with one OZ pumping 30 amps continuous, that's still fine. But just to be sure, all pre-assembled boards are always 2 OZ, so that temperature would be even lower. Yeah, energy net's going down. No, we're still drawing 177 watts. Wow, okay, I need to beef up the input wires. This input wire here is currently 73, 74 degrees. So the current boards have 3 terminals here, but I'm looking to move to these big 2 beefy terminals to actually allow bigger wires from your power supply to the board. So instead of 3 16 gauge or whatever, you'd have 2 12 gauge, for instance. And these are 15 gauge, and as you can see, the board can handle that just fine. But currently, these, you can even see that the wires are getting very spongy. Currently, these wires are the limiting factor. So there's likely even voltage drop on there already. We can measure that. But this is going to be a different live stream that I want to do soon. So let's see if you can still see it. Yes. So currently, if we measure a terminal over here, the power supply is doing fine because that is giving off... Hold on, I need to push a button. So the power supply is supplying 5 volts. No problem, right? But if I look on my terminals here, we're likely already seeing voltage drop. Yes. So the wires, these 2 15 gauge wire sets I have from the power supply to the board are already dropping 0.4 volts. Because the input voltage to the board is currently 4.6 volts. Now, we can then measure the output voltage. And the output voltage is 4.5 volt. So, the power traveling through the board and through the fuse is losing maybe 0.1 volt, slightly less than that. But from the power supply to the board itself is already 0.4 volts. So, that's why it's important to use the right gauge wire, but we're going to do more tests with that in the future. Yeah, by the time I finish, that's right, everyone here is sleeping. That's okay. That's okay. But hey, board's doing fine. Board doesn't care. Board is doing 30 amps for, well, how long? I don't know. Few minutes at least. And this is a 1OZ board lying flat on the table. Okay, let's see how warm it is currently. So the hottest spot on the board is 66, 67 degrees. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine, that's fine. Okay, I'm gonna stop this test now. But basically, this is what I wanted. I wanted a load bank where I could load a decent amount of amps and the LEDs wouldn't instantly start killing themselves. Now, with these bars close together... Ow, okay. These... Ow, ow, ow. Okay, I need some spacing on the bars. Ow. Okay, the bars are already hot. Can you imagine if these bars are basically too hot to touch now? How hot the LEDs would have been without the bars? I mean... The chains fuse works better. What? We're not going to bother with the power supply right now. I'm going to turn this off because we're going to round off the stream. Well, it took a little bit. Let's have these bars cool off a little bit because... Ow, ow. Okay, they're almost too warm to touch. So, I mean, we're pumping 170 watts through there, and basically that, in the end, some comes out in light, but then a lot more still comes out in heat. So you're pumping like 150 watts of heat in there. And this heat needs to go somewhere, and that's why it's now in these bars, because before it could only radiate from the LEDs itself and really not go anywhere. And now it has a much bigger surface area for the heat to spread to and then evaporate, that's not the right word. Transfer its heat energy into the air, basically. And especially if I'd put a little fan over it right now, there is so much more surface area and mass for the heat to spread that the LEDs will stay much, much cooler. So, I guess that's a lesson in LED cooling. And, well, I enjoyed myself. I hope you guys did too. What do you guys think? Quindor dropping some hot bars, man. Stream 100% successful. Yeah. Secret teaser time. No. Well, the secret teaser is that we're going to do a stream about wire gauge soon. And then I think especially focused on the wire gauge from the power supply to the board. Great stream. Thanks. It is nice. Radiate. Yes. It's nice and warm. 100%. One RGBW LED. Yeah, that one LED foiled us. Thank you very much for a very informative video. Thank you for watching. When will you release the new board? I'm not sure yet. I don't even know if it's going to be this year. There's nothing wrong with the current QuinLED boards. But the only real change I'd like to make to them is better or easier to use screw terminals. And this, with the big terminals on there, is a test right now. I think I like it, but it still needs some testing, and you guys might get... No. You guys might get to go along with that. See, now my English is failing. That means it's time to stop. No puppies were harmed during the production of this stream. No LEDs were even harmed during the production of this stream. And that's a good feat. Okay, maybe this little graveyard here with sections of 2 LEDs, maybe those were harmed? I don't know. I could still use those. Okay, I thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you guys back in a new video on the Discord, in the comments, or the next live stream. Bye-bye. Diske, thanks man.